Imagine a galaxy brimming with stars, each with its own planets, each of those planets with the potential for life. A cosmos teeming with countless worlds, each a possible cradle for civilizations to rise, explore, and thrive. Yet, as we look out into the deep void of space, we're met with an eerie silence. There are no messages, no visitors, no signs of intelligent life beyond our own tiny blue planet. Despite the vastness of the universe and the potential for other advanced civilizations to exist, we hear nothing. It's as if the cosmos is a vast, dark expanse that has somehow lost all its inhabitants. And this silence raises one of the most perplexing questions that has plagued humanity for centuries. Why are we alone? This paradox is often referred to as the Fermi paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously asked, "Where is everybody?" Given the countless stars in the galaxy, hundreds of billions, many of which are thought to host habitable planets, the odds should be in favor of intelligent life flourishing elsewhere. Yet, despite decades of technological advancements and searches for alien life, we've found no evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations. The question remains, if the universe is so vast, why does it feel so empty? The Great Filter. One of the most compelling theories to explain this paradox is a concept known as the Great Filter. The Great Filter suggests that there is some cosmic barrier, some step or series of steps, that prevents civilizations from becoming advanced enough to colonize other planets, communicate across stars, or achieve long-term survival. This filter could be in place at any stage of a civilization's development. It could be something that happens very early in the evolutionary process. Perhaps the emergence of life itself is so improbable that most planets never even produce intelligent life. Or it could happen much later in a civilization's life cycle. Perhaps after technological advancement, intelligent civilizations inevitably destroy themselves. Either way, the filter explains why we see no signs of other civilizations. They simply didn't make it. There are two possibilities regarding the location of the Great Filter. It could lie behind us, or it could be ahead of us. If the filter is behind us, that means Earth's evolutionary path, our emergence as intelligent beings, was extremely rare, and we are fortunate to have made it this far. In this case, the future is bright for humanity, and the galaxy may still be full of civilizations that are only waiting to be discovered. But there is another, darker possibility. The Great Filter could lie ahead of us. This means that most civilizations don't survive their technological adolescence and fail to make it to the stage of interstellar exploration. If this is the case, we could be on the brink of self-destruction, with our future as uncertain as the silence of the universe itself. Technological self-destruction. One of the most obvious threats that could explain the Great Filter is technological self-destruction. As civilizations become more advanced, they develop increasingly powerful technologies. While these advancements can improve life, they also carry the potential for immense harm. The most obvious example of this is nuclear weapons. Since the mid-20th century, humanity has possessed the power to annihilate itself in the blink of an eye. The mere existence of nuclear arsenals across the world is a constant reminder that our technological capabilities could lead to our undoing. But nuclear weapons are not the only technological threat. Other advanced technologies, such as artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and biotechnology, also pose risks. Imagine a scenario where an AI system is developed with the best of intentions, only for it to evolve in unexpected ways. This system, no longer under human control, could act in a way that leads to widespread destruction. Perhaps it decides that humanity itself is the greatest threat to its existence and makes the decision to eliminate it. Or consider biotechnology. With the rise of genetic engineering, humanity is now capable of altering life at a fundamental level. This power could be used for good, but it could also be misused. A genetically engineered virus, for example, could quickly spread across the globe, wiping out human populations. The core of this issue is the fact that as societies become more powerful, they also become more fragile. The more advanced a civilization's technology becomes, the more likely it is that any mistake, whether intentional or accidental, could lead to catastrophe. Unlike natural disasters or external threats like asteroids, technological self-destruction is a threat we create for ourselves. Environmental collapse. Another potential reason for the Great Filter is environmental collapse. Civilizations depend on their planet's ecosystems for survival. Clean air, fresh water, fertile soil, and stable climates are all essential for life. However, with the rise of industrialization and technological progress, civilizations often begin to deplete their natural resources at unsustainable rates. They pollute their air and water, cut down their forests, and disrupt their climate. This environmental degradation leads to a cycle of destruction that is difficult to reverse. Take Earth as an example. We are already seeing the consequences of our actions. Rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and more extreme weather events. Many species, including humans, depend on the planet's ecosystems for food, shelter, and survival. If the damage we're doing to the environment continues unchecked, we could reach a point where Earth is no longer habitable. This could result in the collapse of human civilization, either through famine, disease, or social unrest. Climate change is just one example. There are many other ways that environmental collapse could occur. Deforestation, ocean acidification, and soil degradation are all contributing to a global environmental crisis that could eventually lead to our downfall. Societal collapse. Throughout history, we've seen how fragile human societies can be. Even powerful civilizations, like the Roman Empire, the Mayan civilization, and the Soviet Union, have collapsed from within. Internal strife, political instability, economic inequality, and corruption have all contributed to the downfall of once great empires. The collapse of these societies was not due to external threats or natural disasters. It came from their own inability to adapt to changing circumstances and manage internal conflicts. In the context of the Great Filter, societal collapse on a planetary scale could be a major factor. As human populations grow, the pressure on resources becomes more intense. With limited resources, competition for food, water, and energy could lead to conflict, war, and mass migration. Inequality could worsen, creating further social unrest. Governments may fail to address these issues, leading to widespread collapse. This societal breakdown would not necessarily happen overnight. It could take years or even decades to unfold, but once it begins, it could spiral out of control. Cosmic threats. While technological and societal collapse are real threats, the universe itself is full of dangers. Cosmic threats, such as asteroid impacts, supernovae, and gamma-ray bursts, could annihilate a civilization in an instant. Earth itself has been impacted by asteroids in the past, and while the odds of a large asteroid hitting us in the near future are low, the potential damage is catastrophic. An impact large enough could cause global extinction, wiping out all life on Earth. Similarly, supernovae, Exploding stars release a tremendous amount of radiation. If a supernova were to occur near our solar system, it could sterilize Earth. Similarly, gamma ray bursts, extremely energetic explosions, could have a similar effect, rendering our planet uninhabitable. These cosmic events are rare, but over the billions of years that civilizations may last, they become increasingly likely. The dark forest hypothesis. If the great filter exists and civilizations self-destruct before reaching the stars, then we may be alone in the universe. But there's another possibility. What if other civilizations are out there, but they are simply too far away for us to detect? Or what if they are deliberately hiding? This idea is encapsulated in the dark forest hypothesis, which suggests that the universe is like a dark forest. Each civilization is a hunter, silently moving through the forest, aware that any noise or signal could reveal their location to a more advanced civilization that might decide to eliminate them. In this cosmic dark forest, silence is survival. The dark forest hypothesis implies that civilizations in the galaxy are too fearful to make contact. Given the vast differences in technological power, a more advanced civilization might view any attempt at communication as a threat. Instead of sending signals to the stars, they remain hidden, waiting, quietly surviving until they can make sure it's safe to reveal themselves. Are we the first? While all these possibilities seem bleak, there's a more hopeful alternative. What if humanity is the first? What if we are the pioneers? The species that will break through the great filter and lead the way to interstellar exploration. In this scenario, humanity could be the first intelligent civilization to survive the many dangers of technological and societal collapse. If we manage to overcome the great filter, it would mean that humanity has the potential to colonize other planets, to become a multiplanetary species, and to spread life throughout the universe. But with this opportunity comes immense responsibility. If we are the first to survive the great filter, we must learn from the mistakes of the past and ensure that we don't fall victim to the same fate as those who came before us. Climate change, technological risk, societal fragmentation. These are the dangers we must overcome if we are to succeed where others have failed. Conclusion: the future of humanity, the silence of the cosmos, is both terrifying and inspiring. If the great filter is real, it could mean that the universe is full of the remnants of civilizations that once existed but failed to survive their own technological adolescence. The Great Galactic Graveyard may stretch across the galaxy, with the ruins of long-lost civilizations scattered among the stars. Yet there's hope. Perhaps we are the pioneers, the first civilization to overcome the obstacles that have doomed others. The future is ours to shape. As we look to the stars, we must ask ourselves, will humanity survive long enough to leave a mark on the universe? Or will we be another casualty in the Great Galactic Graveyard? The answer lies within our hands. We must be wise, cautious, and united in our mission to survive and thrive. The universe awaits, and it is our responsibility to ensure that we are the civilization that doesn't just survive, but thrives.